All right, so let them know who we got on Rico TV today, man.
Hey man, it's Bawse man Huncho. I originated as young Tishan,
No introduction necessary.
Yeah, no introduction necessary. PaperChase member.
Yes, sir.
PaperChase Records.
Okay, so my first introduction to you, bro, was honestly that song, like that, Young Tishan, no introduction necessary. Still count paper that I made, last February. Yeah. Hey, that was big, bro. So let's get into your backstory, bro. Where you from, how you grew up. So what side of town are you from?
So I gotta give you both sides because I got a kind of complex situation. Some people would say I'm from Stop 6 because my daddy from Stop 6 and my daddy's side of the family from Stop 6. Shout out to them, I love them to death. And then my mom's side is from the South Side. So growing up, that's where we went to get dropped off, went from school, daycare, everything. I moved to Forest Hill, which is crazy because I went to elementary school in Stop 6. Moved to Forest Hill in second grade. So if you ask me where I'm from, technically I feel like I'm from Forest Hill. And that's where I represent because that's where I grew into who I am at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm from Forest Hill.
Let's talk about from the time you born to you 10. Like what is life like? What are you doing?
Man, keeping it all the way real, I come from a two-party household.
Okay.
Daddy's solid, been solid since I was born. T-John been there since day one. 3 beautiful sisters. My brother, I got a brother.
Right. Okay.
Real close family, you dig? Cousins, you know what I'm saying? We like brothers.
Right.
My mama's, we our family. So I came up in a tight-knit family, you know what I'm saying? We had some struggles just like any other family. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in Stop 6. Like I say, I grew up right off of Andrew Street. You know what I'm saying? So, literally, I got a song I did a while back. It was like 11 people in a 2-bedroom house, no cap. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. So
okay, so when you in between these ages, are you doing regular stuff that kids do, going outside, riding bikes, throwing rocks, hooping, playing football, stuff like that?
Yeah, same. I ain't had nothing too extravagant until later on in life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, everything else I seen everybody around me do, like my cousins, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. So yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much I'm doing a normal, I'm a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Just having kid times, right?
Yeah, probably till I got about my middle school or so.
Right. Okay. So now, once you turn about 11, you starting to get into the 6th grade. That's about middle school. What middle school did you go to?
I went to 6th grade at Glen Crest.
Glen Crest, yes, sir.
Then I went to Forest Oak, 7th, 8th grade.
Same here. Okay. Yeah. So what was it like at Forest Oak? Was it already starting to get rowdy? Was it already starting?
6th grade, 6th grade was player. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say, like, that's when I kind of found out, it was player. But 7th grade was when you had to pick your side.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's when it was flagging time. That's when, everybody was starting to decide if they was gonna gang bang. You know what I'm saying? What they was gonna do.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you said pick your side, and that's kind of interesting to me to hear this answer because with you kind of having ties in Stop 6, having ties on the South Side, are those the two? Or first of all, are those the sides that we talking about picking, or more so
blue and red?
Right.
At that time. Okay. Because gang banging is becoming real prominent at that time.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this ain't MurdaWorth days, is it?
MurdaWorth days. For sure.
Okay. Yeah, so let's talk about that. I interviewed my big cousin. He one of them ones off the north side, and he kind of told me that MurdaWorth was war. It was all out war. So as a middle schooler, I'm interested in your perspective of, were you aware of how much killing was going on, or was it sort of like
to a degree? Because at that time, anything to do with like violence and gang related situations that I more so seen myself personally was like my big brothers and my cousins. You know what I'm saying? What they did. Now, you will hear about it and so on and so forth. But I didn't start experiencing it and seeing it myself until like 9th grade.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But 7th and 8th grade, it was kind of like you hearing about, you know, people dying. And then, you know, even I can recall, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 8th or 9th grade, one of the dudes that he went to school with us, he was a little faster than everybody. You know what I'm saying? And he got caught up in that and died, you know.
Wow. Yeah, so that was somebody who might have had a promising future who got caught up in that. And
yeah, possibly, yeah, for sure.
So okay, do you mean fast, like literally foot speed, or you mean like he more advanced?
Fast and advanced, as far as like, you know, as far as a lot of other players that was out there. You know? So
he was already yeah. So you say
streetwise,
right? Streetwise, okay, that makes sense. So you say that 9th grade is really starting to get cracking in the city. What school are you at?
I'm at Wide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Oscar Dean. I was supposed to go to Wide. We end up going to South Hills, or my brother was at Wedgwood at the time. So let's talk about Wide at this time, bro, because I honestly, with me being from this side of town, all I know is people who went from Wide, and all I hear is stories about how Wide was. What's the craziest thing you've seen at OD Wide?
Man, I seen a dude, you know, as far as gang related, I seen a dude walking the hall with a shotgun. I ain't gonna say his name, you know. Right. He walked in the hall with a shotgun. 100.
Did he go there?
He was a student there, but a lot of gang members, like at that time, PaperChase, the show was heavy at OD Wide. Right. You had Fathers, you know, you had few Bloods. It was very few Bloods that went to Wide. Right. But the ones that was there, you know, they were solid, you know. Yeah. But yeah, you had a few, but Wide was a stage, if you want to keep it real though. Okay. You know, aside from just from the gang banging, you did have the players, if I say. You know what I'm saying? What you would consider the ones that like, Wide was a school, like you had to put that shit on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just like what they say nowadays, like if you went to Wide, like you couldn't play. Right. You couldn't have no whooped out shoes. You couldn't have no, you know what I'm saying? And they capping you down. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't together. So Wide, you know, it was an experience too, aside from just the bad part, you know what I'm saying? It was an experience. It was fun too. Yeah, it was fun too. Yeah. Yeah, but the craziest thing I would say is then too, aside from that, they had an all-out gang brawl between the Bloods and the Crips where they shut down the whole school. Wow. It was like a riot, you know what I'm saying? They shut the whole school down. I seen that my 9th grade year too. You had a lot of OGs, there's OGs now that was
active then.
Yeah, that was active then. That was Wide, you know what I'm saying? So
that's crazy. That kind of remind me of my partner when he came from Dunbar to South Hills. I just asked him, like, what's the major difference? And he said, bro, at Dunbar, you either gotta know how to dress or know how to high side. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't know how to high side and don't know how to dress, they gonna make you want to not come back to school because they gonna flame you right up out of it. So it kind of remind me of that to where you say you kind of just you had to do that.
You gotta have your shit together, and if you gonna gang bang too, you gotta be all the way have your shit together too on that level too. You can't just be out here pump faking. You know what I'm saying? Right. You had a lot of people pump faking. You know. Right. Then you had a lot of representatives. You know what I'm saying? You got people that just really wasn't down, but because the gang was so prominent. Right. And they was affiliated with people and so on and so forth. It was that, but it was a lot of activeness going on. Right. You know, behind gangs and so on and so forth.
So let me ask you this. You said PaperChase and 5 Deuce was kind of getting heavy. Is that from that population of kids that Wyatt pulls into from the South Side? Or was it just
South
kind
Side and Echo Heights? Because you got to consider that too. Forest Hill, Echo Heights. You know, Forest Hill is connected too a lot with Echo Heights. You know, you got a lot of PaperChase gangsters that's in, you know, from Forest Hill too. You know, and the South Side. But mainly because, it's a connection between the South Side, Echo Heights. It was just a big connection right there. You know.
So you don't got to go too deep into this, but at this time, are you choosing your side at this point, or are you?
Not necessarily, because man, in high school, to be real with you, my cousins, they was Grape Street. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I got a cousin that's an OG here. He died. His name looked great. He died back in '02.
Damn.
He got killed. Rest in peace, looked great. He was a Grape Street. You know what I'm saying? So my family was affiliated with Grape Street. You know what I'm saying? I never actually just flagged the bang. You know what I'm saying? I represented, you know, Crip. Like I just told you, I'm gonna be real with you. I was one of them just sort of, you know. Yeah. So I don't do no flaws, and I never got put down with no gang. Right. So, but affiliation, that's where we was at. Right. Right. So to say I was picking a side, me and people that I was really just kind of around, we was more so on some either getting money, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. It didn't really matter about the game. You know what I'm saying? Shooting dice, you know. Right. Shit, selling a little, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like that. But other than that, we weren't really about to picking no side at that time for me. And I can not like the 9th grade, 10th grade, maybe my 11th grade year after I started fighting and shit like that.
Yeah, so let me ask you this, was it kind of a situation to where you don't really pick a side, but like you said, your family is Grape Street. Yeah. Then, you know, you might got a bunch of faux trade partners or whatnot, so you starting to fight and stuff now. Is it behind that to where you like, well, shit, I'm catching phase for this?
Well, nah, because it'll be situations to where, like, you'll have dudes, like the first dude I really just had a fight with, which is ironically like 90% of the problems that I have is behind the female, was a chick I was dealing with. He was an older dude, I guess he liked or whatever it is, but his affiliation was blood, you see what I'm saying? So by me and him having a fight, you know, I guess they create, you know, a side situation and so on, so on. So he get to telling his homie, he a loke, so and so, or crab, however they call it, whatever,
however they slice it, right?
And that's how we run into each other and get to go on to the, you know, but that's how I ever got associated. But then too, me and my partners coming up, like I said, by affiliation shit, that was our handshake. We hit C's, right? You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what we did, right? C's and G's. You know
I can testify for that because even me, bro, I've never just flat out, you know what I'm saying? But just out of habit, almost going to Forest Oak, you gon' like, bro, I was doing this before I even know what before I knew what faux trade was. So I'm hitting trades, not even knowing that I'm hitting faux trade. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like that,
so that's I can testify for that too. So, you don't so you don't really pick a side, which I honestly think is the smartest.
Now let me say this though. The crazy thing about it is though, I do got a part of my family. There's 2 other dudes that my mama raised, you know what I'm saying? One of them is my brother Paul, you know, my brother biological. Right. And then I had another brother named D. Ford. Now D. Ford, he actually got put down with faux trade. Right. And we was like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, through high school. Right. So, at this particular time, he active. You know what I'm saying? As far as like doing everything with faux trade, so. And like I say again, by affiliation, my 9th grade year, I remember some little dudes come see a little chick that stayed on our street. I guess they had somebody else's car or something. And they come see the chick or whatever it is. And I'm knowing that they know my brother flagging, you know what I'm saying? And he cripping, they knowing that for sure. So when they come through, because when the little chick talked to him, of course, she from Stop 6, but she living for us here, so.
On Allendale?
Yeah, I'm on Allendale.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So the niggas leave her house, you know what I'm saying? They hitting us up, you know what I'm saying? Boom, shit. We hit them back up. You know, that's just the language back then. Right. On some young dumb shit. Boy, them niggas spent that block and shot their house up. Niggas my T-John house. You know what I'm saying? My brother D4 was walking down the hall. He walking down the hall. The bullet come through the house. It's ringing so fast, so loud. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been in no shit like that. Fucked us up. So, that shit we ducked. Fing, 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 fing. He ducked. Shit, he ducked. Man, we get up, look, see the bullets. Where he was at in the highway, go straight down to the restroom. You know, so we stayed in like a shotgun house, looked like a trailer house right there off Wanda. If you still go there, you still see the house right there. The way that motherfucker got shot, boy, that shit was crazy. Nigga could have died. So at that time, that too made a nigga have to kind of like, okay, damn.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, you know.
So these some bloods that come over that come over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so at that time, you know, of course, you know, my brother and them find out who that is and shit. That shit go how it go. You know what I'm saying? But
right. Okay.
Yeah,
right. So now, and we still in high school at this point, right? We still in high school. Okay. So now we transitioning out of high school or into a later part of high school. Would you say that you off the porch at this point? Like,
not necessarily, because really I'm on some, like I said, I'm really like trying to get to the money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to push this little weed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do what I can do, trying to find my little hustle. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on. Really, I'm not really trying to get all the way into the gang banging and shit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't where I'm trying to go with it. Right. So, just keeping it real, I wasn't out the porch per se. Right. Okay. As far as that, you know what I'm saying? Right. So now I went out the porch then. Shit, I really was, like I said, I had my baby mama at that time, my son mama. Okay. And my son mama now. She wasn't pregnant at that time, but you know, shit, we was strong. Right. Shit, half-ass live together at that time, just keeping it real. Right. And I'm in high school. Yeah. Like, no lie. Anybody know me that know that story. So we half-ass live together. So I'm on some real kind of like grown man shit kind of in high school, if that makes sense. Right. No, I do. So I'm not even on, I'm on trying to give me some little money, you know, and really kind of stay out the way type of shit. So I didn't really just say, per se, like jump out the porch or say, or get into no like fighting that wide until like my 11th grade year, which happened to be my senior year. Right. Because I got kicked out of school for fighting in 10th grade year. They sent me to Casada. If anybody know about Casada,
I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
It's alternative school. I go to Casada, and when I go to Casada, you know, they give you a syllabus. They give you your whole school year in the syllabus, you know what I'm saying? So
college style.
Yeah. So everything that I needed to complete, you know what I'm saying, for my 10th grade year, I completed. So I completed my 11th grade year too. So when I came back to Wide, I was classified as a senior. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's how I ended up graduating.
So you graduated early.
You know
that's lit.
So then what I ended up doing after that, I go to PV, enroll in PV and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I never even really go to class, and then I get a taste of that H-10 and I let it out there. Right. And I start learning about a different kind of hustle shit, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you know I was just going kind of say, it sounds like you was more into hustling than gang
banging. Yeah, for shit show.
But so let's talk about that. So you out in college, you must have got a hold of some of that, what they call it, that snot, that drink they used to have. They say it's snot or whatever, or that.
Yeah, but dope wasn't my hustle either though.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Like I ran into people that was on college that was playing with scamming.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
This shit,
even back then.
Yeah, like way back then.
Okay.
Like, so before credit cards, you know, niggas making their own credit cards, making their own checks like that.
Wow.
You know, just keeping it real.
Yeah, just keeping it a buck.
So I run into that shit like college.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So, I didn't really get into the drug or with the little part of the dope or nothing like that until like maybe 22.
Right, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. By then, I'm back home from school because shit didn't work out in school. But I learned some that, you know, to kind of, you know what I'm saying, do some you know, I'm popping my things, but I'm running a little money. I'm running through money faster than I can keep it because it's free.
Right.
I'm a young nigga. I ain't never had no shit like that. So when I get introduced to the shit, it's fast and go fast.
So you out of high school, you come back from college, and you pretty much, like you say, you pretty much you on some hustling type time. So let me ask you this: when did you start like doing music? When did you start rapping?
So I gotta touch on that.
Okay.
So in high school, I played the drums. I played the snare.
Okay.
I was in the band. Shit, I love music. I had a love for music back then.
Oh, so, we're gonna talk about that because that was that point of time when the bands, that shit was live, bro.
It was live. Yeah. It was like real talk. Like, you know, people might laugh now, like if you part of the band, but back then, you in the band, like it was. I ain't had no complex by being no band. One thing about being a band that wide. Yeah, anybody that know about being in the band that wide, they know you was a P for sure. Yeah, you understand me? Yeah. So it's you know, and that was one of the greatest experiences at wide. You know what I'm saying? Along with, you know, going to the school and everything else. But yeah, I was in the music then. I love music then. I played drums, played the snare. I was part of the drum squad. We had a drum squad called DIE. Them like my brothers for life. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's something deeper than the gang. Right. Even gang in the high school. Like, that's something that, you know, that's love forever. They're my guys. So, I always loved music then. But when I went to school, went to PV. Right. On a band scholarship. But like I said, I enrolled in school, but I never didn't go. Right. Because I ain't even never really liked school. So I knew that was part of the deal too. Right. So I went to school and everything, and I ain't do what I was supposed to do. And came to the house. And when I came to the house, doing what I was doing, shit, I just was on some solo shit with that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Even, I can't tell that part, but I put myself in a position to leverage my own ability to make my own money. Right. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Off of free financial freedom. You feel me? At that time. So I don't want to incriminate myself, but I did a lot. I learned how to do a lot. Right. Even got a job and learned how to do a lot. Right. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So but in that little part, you know, I'm home, I'm kicking it, I'm hanging with the homies. It's all about kicking it. Right. Music is so live at this point. This year, Power Wow, right. Chameleonaire era, Lil Flip, Youngster, Slim Thug, right. Screwed Up Click, right. 50-50 Twin, you know, Color Chain, everybody from H-Town, you know what I'm saying? Right. They got everything on lock. You know what I'm saying? Now through high school, you know, I love music then too, because that's when the CDs was hot. That's when you had the Jay-Z's, all the CDs that was in Best Buy. Mm-hmm. You know, you had, like I say, why it was so player. Like, you had all kind of hustling going on. You had your weed hustling, you know what I'm saying? You had some that sold shit that people like more. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. There was hard hustlers and that didn't come to school to hustle. They was hustlers. They just come to school to get their attendance. But them niggas had cars and shit. You know, I had my car in the 10th grade, but they had their shit. You know, them niggas 8th, 9th grade come to school with cars, shit. Shout out to that boy, R.I.P. Keith Silas in Low Trouble. That nigga was one of them niggas that had a car early. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of them niggas had cars. It was like real true hustlers, like what I call like real hustlers. But why also had real hustlers that was there too. What some might compare, like if they weren't street hustlers, right. Some might consider paid hustlers. You had niggas that was breaking their cars, stealing radios, and selling them motherfuckers. You had niggas that had screens in their car. They had a whole Honda club. Yeah. Niggas that had nothing but screens in their cars. You did? But all them did, you know what I'm saying, was did they thing and got that shit. Everybody wasn't paying for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. And not to talk them niggas down, some of them niggas my niggas, but I'm saying to say that you had hustlers. Right. Then you had that ran in Best Buys. And they stole all the new CDs that came out and dropped. And them niggas sold them motherfuckers. Right. For a hustler. I'm talking about making cash. Yeah. You know. Shit, at that time, shit, I had $10 for a CD. You might have 3-4 CDs come out of that. That's $40. Yeah. Niggas ain't having $40 regularly in high school if they ain't had no hustle. Nah, real talk. Then you shooting dice. You're so cold and wide. The campus monitors at that time, they in on it. They shooting dice.
They
No
in on the
cap.
thing. That's why my mama was not trying to let me
Yeah,
go.
Wild was live. Like nobody. If anybody went to Wild, they can just keep it a buck. So I'm saying all that to say, like, you had hustlers, all kind of hustlers. So I was in the music then. Tupac, Jay-Z, shit. You know anybody? Bone Thugs and Harmony, Biggie when his shit came out. Everybody that came out. Shit, I don't know Limit CDs when they came out. Anybody under No Limit when they came out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then when Cash Money came out.
Right.
Shit, so we was all on music, but just back to when I actually started getting actively in music was I'm hanging with the fellas, and at this time, you know, we hitting the clubs, we hitting all the hot spots. You know, I'm on Allendale, and at this time, my guys from the block was guys that went to high school with us. And this kind of led from high school, too, when I got back from college. We call ourselves the Wild Child. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was probably about maybe 20 or 30 of us. You know what I'm saying? Some of them went to different high schools, you know what I'm saying? But we would go to clubs, you know, kick it, chill, smoke, do the normal shit. Sometimes fight, get in a fight with niggas. We don't even know who we fought. But going to college parties and shit like that. But in the midst of kicking it, doing our normal kicking it, you know, you got your freestyle sessions. Everybody want to think they the freestyle king, this, that, and the third, and so on, so. So we ran through our sets of that. I got a homie that's from the block named Lil Taz. They were on Bailey. That's my kinfolk. We family by the block, and he from the 47 on the block. He from Allendale. He actually dropped the CD fresh out of high school.
Okay.
Him and one of the homies, my partner named Pookie. I can't remember the name of it. And then there was another few guys in high school called the OBGs. They had dropped their shit.
I remember them.
Yeah. So at this time, the possibilities is circulating, you know what I'm saying, to do it. But, you know, I'm playing with the idea, but I ain't never thinking of it. So fast forward to my camp, which was the PaperChase PCR camp. So we all from Forest Hills. A lot of us from Forest Hill, but I'm from the other side.
Right.
And my partner them, EB, CB, you know, they from Forest Hill. They grew up on the side over there by Forest Hill Elementary or whatever it is. And then from there they grew to Heritage Heights. Right.
Okay. You know, let me ask you this, because I've heard Forest Hill Elementary before, but by the time I was going to elementary, we just had Harleen Beale and David K. Sellers.
Yeah.
Which one was? I'm assuming they changed the name. Okay.
Yeah, they changed the name from from Forest Hill Elementary
to Harleen Beale.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah. Cool. And so yeah, them the homies. And then my real, what I consider a best friend and bro is Lil Fred. We went to even EB, that's my bro too. And Lil C. We all went to elementary school. Played Pee Wee Lee for Forest Hill Elementary School. Right. But we didn't really click up like this until maybe on 22, 23. Right, you know what I'm saying? And we click up now. This is when, you know, I would consider more so jumping out the porch. Right, okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. As far as tapping into different hustlers.
Getting in the streets.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause one of my homies that was into it was crazy. I was working, just keeping it a buck. I had a job, you know. At that time, shit. When I came home from PV. My baby mom was pregnant because when like I said, we used to live together. I skipped that for a while. We used to live together. She went to U of A. I went to PV. Oh yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back and forth with her. She come home first, then I come home, but she come home pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So when I come home, I gotta do my thing. I had a job at the post office, and I had a job at a call center with a credit card company. Right. Okay. So, you know me. Right. Getting at that, I'm in my own lane. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my own lane. So, at this particular point, I run into the guys. You know what I'm saying? Me and my guys from PaperChase, we link up tight now. And one of my guys in the clique, you know, he was a street hustler. Nobody would ever know nothing about that nigga. It's my bro. And I love the way the nigga move. because you wouldn't know that.
You wouldn't know it.
At all. But he was a true, you know what I'm saying, nigga to that. And he introduced me to actually like hand-to-hand hustling and cutting dope and like
right.
learning how to sell hard, sell like that.
Okay.
He gave me the real game on that. Other than that, I seen, like I said, my brother and them and all that shit do it before that. But it wasn't none that I actually did.
Just hands-on scene.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this real quick about PaperChase. And it's funny because I just talked to an ex-PaperChase member and I told him that I was coming here and he said, yeah, ask him, man. I hope he remember, man. Do y'all remember what was the age range of the people signed to PaperChase?
Man, let me I gotta expand on that. We really didn't have an age range because, to be real with you, we had a mindset that was kind of, what I would say, kind of too far advanced for where
the city
where the
was
game was
at
at the time.
Yeah.
Man, so we didn't really have an age range because...
Well, not limit, but just like, did y'all have any kid rappers?
Yeah, we did. We had Hawk.
Yeah.
Before that, we had another kid, man, forgive me, Lord, I can't think of the dude's name, but he was a homie. But his mama ended up taking him a different direction. He was younger. But he wasn't going a different direction. But Hawk, yeah. We saw something in Hawk. Hawk was a cold rapper. He had a following in high school. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, and everything. So we saw something in Hawk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hawk, even to this day, like I said, Hawk's just in the wrong market. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He ain't doing nothing wrong. Right. It's just the market he in. Because at that time, the fan base he had, he could have took off. Yeah. You know, his family was real supportive. His mom and them, his pops, all of that were real supportive. So I just hate that we wasn't knowledgeable enough to do more. Right. Because even at that particular time, we struggling as artists and a label trying to push us too. Right. But we had a heart to try to bring people with us and say, hey man, anything we know, we're gonna try to put you on. Shit. Like, we'll push you too. If you got a fan base, what we need to do to make sure you. Right. And we did that. Even development, you know what I'm saying, trying to develop artists. You know what I'm saying? We had a hand in a lot of artists. Right. And producers that come through the city. Right. Okay. Okay. So y'all it's like that. It's a group of us that's like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. Like it ain't a snake in our grass. Like real talk when I can say PaperChase, like core PaperChase members. You know what I'm saying? Right. And you know, the people that's for sure. All right, bro. So do you think PaperChase got the respect that they deserved at that time? I personally don't think they do because, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, that shit was, as far as like for what we had here, that shit was big, bro. Yeah. So the reason why I want to touch on that, because it's a situation that, you know, I fight with sometimes. So being real, I have to let you know, like a little history too. A lot of people may not know. At the time when PaperChase actually came out, there was no other rap group besides 3R Entertainment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Twisted Black. You had One Good Side, Genocide. Genocide kind of, I can't say that they kind of, but I don't know what was going on with them, but they wasn't really prominent. You had the Saucy Lab. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Saucy Boys. Thyra was with Swisher House. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know, so you had a good movement going on that was then, you know what I'm saying? Right, yeah. I know how, okay. And then, but probably one of the only labels at that time we'll put together that drove around, had the actual CDs pressed up, pushing out posters. I'm seeing flyers, trucks, posters, yeah, everything. Yeah. So, not saying that I want to just, you know, but I gotta give flowers to ourselves. Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, in a lot of cases, when we touch on PaperChase, we don't actually recognize and be real with you, streetwise, did numbers as far as like mixtapes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like real talk. Selling them boys out. Me and C-Con dropped a tape by itself that just shook the city, you know what I'm saying? So real talk, like, and then that's when I ran the Trap Squad Cartel and I started linking up with other artists. Cause at that time, linking up with other artists and networking and doing features and collabing, niggas looking at you sideways for that.
Really?
Real talk.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So
crazy.
You one of the few artists, bro, who's seen the evolution of the Fort Worth music scene. You know what I'm saying? You seen it when it, you know, when it honestly started with y'all, really, you know what I'm saying? And then you kind of seen it kind of die, you know what I'm saying? I mean, around that time, we got you, Smoke Dean, Get Money Lil Ronnie, Chucky was rapping, but Yayo hadn't came out yet. And as far as just three people that you could name from the city, like, oh, that's him. You know what I'm saying? If I'm missing anybody, forgive me. But just as far as me, that's who I knew was dropping music. You, Smoke Dean, and Chucky. That's it. So, like, let me ask you this. This is a better question. What do you think the best era of Fort Worth music was?
The best era of Fort Worth music, I would say, is Yayo era. I gotta be honest.
Okay.
Only reason why is because it shed light on the possibilities of where artists from Fort Worth, Texas could go. Right. Because in truth be told, it seemed like it's a net over Fort Worth artists, or sometimes it's a limit. Like, it's just like everybody get to a certain place and stop. But Yayo and Hood Fame, to be real with you, they took it to the next level. Right. Where as far as streaming, of course the times was different. So we're not gonna shed light on that. But before the times became different, they put their groundwork in. Right. Like, nobody can take that from them. And if they do, they gotta be hating. Right. But just being real, like, they put their groundwork in. Right. So in terms of recognition and in terms of impact, as far as music times, I would say that was the best time then. Okay. Even though it was a lot of, you know, violence and beef and whatever it is that come from, but that's just the era that they in, you know. Right. So,
and then too, I think Fort Worth is that kind of city. It's just that now that our rappers are big, you get to see that too, because
it's everywhere.
Because you know, like you say, like, you know, it was cracking way before we was recording people on cameras and doing all of that. It was beefed out. So you know, it kind of is like Chicago too, bro. Like, they've been killing out there, but once them rappers got big, then you realize, like, golly, like, they dropping like flies, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mockery, you know, because like I said, the only thing that I say, I can't tell the youngsters how to live their life, because at the end of the day, we was all young. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just, you know, unfortunately, it's kind of like it's really no code, you know, and that's the difference between then and then. But they adopted that Chicago lifestyle culture, and their mentality, But it was through the music too, though. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? There's so many different things, but that's why I say, like, as far as music impact and as far as everything, that was the best era. And if I would say, like, as far as quality of music coming out and music that was good, I would have to say the PaperChase era, the Trap Squad era, because no lie, like, the songs that came out then, to be real with you, maybe a little dated, but they all substance. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about Trap Squad, like them my little bros. You got Stacks in the Air. You got Getting Money, you know. I Smell Money, you know, that's still a classic. They got a list, but them alone, they got a list of classics. Lil Jon the Run. Make the club say, hey, like, these songs that when they still come on the club, they are sound. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's the whole thing about it. So if I would say as far as sound and music, at that time it was that, because it was Fort Worth.
Fort Worth had their own sound. Yeah. And around the Yayo era, I was hearing a lot of people just say, and not him specifically, but say that the city sounds like Atlanta or another place.
I mean, music had just changed, period.
Right.
So even the dynamic of music, the way people were recording music and everything, I can't compare Yayo to and that ain't no dick riding shit. Like I respect like every artist in Fort Worth that I know that's an artist, I give a spin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If they're artists. They might not know I listen to that shit, but I get that shit a spin. So I don't do no dick pulling. I just keep it 100 about what I see and you know what I'm saying, about our city. But Yayo had his style, and I seen a lot of people take his style. You know what I'm saying? For sure. So, you know what I'm saying, just keeping it a buck, like Yayo is bigger than the city even knew. Right. I don't know, like that's the homie. I feel like he was bigger than he knew. Right. Man, do you know how many kids walked around with a streak in their head? Yeah. Not just in Fort Worth. Period. Once they seen homie on the cameras and shit like they doing his thing and boom and all that shit. Doing his dances and stuff like that. They was sold. Yeah. Man, that's what get the deals. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what we missing Fort Worth as far as the business side of things. That's what I mean. That's why I mean, like, their era was better. Because, truth be told, what niggas, I don't care about, you know, no, I don't get into no beef or none of that. But when we talk about the business side, they got the business side down. Right. Lil Ronnie got their business side down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't take that from a nigga dog about that. Yeah. So so that's what separated a lot of people from there. I gotta give shout out to CJ Casino too, cause that's a homie too. Yeah. I used to run up to him in Houston when I'm doing my moves and a lot. And he won too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, CJ, you know, they was real talented, bro. Yeah, nah. CJ can rap like a mug, bro. Yeah. Bugatti Casino too. Yeah. Boo got some songs I like. Bugatti Casino, like it's a lot of talent from Fort Worth. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of Fort Worth sound. Right. Now I like the fact that they've elevated to where now that you can spin them even in the midst of just coming off of listening to a Finesse the 2 Times song, something like they all. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Fit in. So let me ask you this then. This is more of a. So do you think there could be unity amongst all these groups and stuff like that with you kind of, you know, I'm not saying you they big homie, but just kind of having that kind of presence. That's what you know what I'm saying? I tell you this, everybody that I've met from any side of the town, if you ever came up, everybody, oh yeah, that's Big Bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Big Bro, as far as around my age. Yeah. So when I say that, I mean as somebody that a lot of people, you know, got some respect for and got, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that it could one day be peace or not? This is because it's peace now. I would want to see it. Right. You know, do I think it could? I would want to see it. Right. I'm one of those, like, you can speak negativity and it'll happen. So because I want to see it, I want to see it. Yeah. I don't want to see nothing different. Now, would I be able to have the impact? I don't really feel like that because a lot of youngsters these days, they about what you doing right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I ain't even just fronting, man. I got too much going on to live for. I ain't active. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on none of that. You know what I'm saying? I got business. I'm getting to the family, getting to the money, coming home every day. You dig? So, so a lot of them, that ain't what they listen to because that ain't what they value. You know what I'm saying? So, I would want to see it though. But what I do see happening is I do also believe that everything is about timing. Right. Because I like the song. Shout out to the homie. Is it Peanut Butter? PB, yeah. PB? Yeah. He put out a dope song, you know what I'm saying? And the words that I was hearing from that, you know, was around that kind of topic because, you know, it's bigger than just artists like her. Right. Like, he a talented artist too. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he got a certain sound that, like, I feel like if he focus and you know, I don't know him and I don't know what he do on a day-to-day. This is just my outside looking in perspective. I think if he kind of, I ain't gonna call it suffering. He kind of going through maybe the same thing Yayo might have went through that this sitting down might have taught Yayo is that, bro,
you could really make it in rap. So why be in the streets so hard? You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. Like, so it's so crazy now, my fault.
No, you
that,
good.
That now the streets has become music, or the music has become so close to the streets now that everybody feel like that they have to stay in the streets, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the whole difference of it is like, but one thing that people gotta realize, this is the real truth about music and rap. It's 95% business and 5% talent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't be in the streets and handling business at the same time, because beef and money don't go together.
Right.
You can't go pop out at your shows for your, like, for example, when Yayo era was out here, I was still kind of in the promotion game. Man, even myself and partners that people we knew, we pulling for bro. But you had other people that was like, man, I'm scared to spend my money, man. You know what I'm saying?
This show might get shot up. Yeah, nah. And to be fair, it's a legitimate concern.
Yeah. So, and not to highlight nothing on, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I'm saying that to say that
that was a legitimate concern back then.
Yeah,
right?
back then, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sure, bro, I'm come on short.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I pray that just for his career. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And everything that he got going on. Like, there's so many talented artists in Fort Worth alone that if they just took the business side and applied it more than the street side,
right,
man, they'd be, man, and then everybody up under them will be on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If that's the what that, because everybody don't have that desire to do that. So
right.
I can't say that, but it just will be a whole different situation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so boom, this is gonna be my last, like, this is my like last segment or whatnot. And this is where I kind of put my guests not on the spot on no crazy, but just make you think or whatever. Give me your Fort Worth Mount Rushmore, and when I say Mount Rushmore, I mean top 4 all time, the 4 greatest. It don't have to be in order, but I would prefer if it was. But it don't have to be. Just so you know what I'm saying. Top 4. Yo, top 4 all time. We talking about impact. We can add talent in there too. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it could be a mix of everything, but
okay. So that impact and everything. So okay. Now that's small. That's hard. 4. That's cold. Cold.
If you don't feel comfortable doing that,
I'm gonna do it. I gotta do it because you asked that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we got some talent here, but it was crazy, man. So I gotta put Twisted Black on there. That's one,
right?
For sure. I gotta put 6 Deuce on there.
Okay.
Okay.
And this ain't in order.
It's in order.
Okay, cool.
It's in order. 6 Deuce on there. I gotta put Yayo on there.
Okay. Damn, that 4th spot tough, bro.
Boy, that 4th spot is tough. Man, let me see.
Damn, that's even hard for me, bro. I'm sitting over here like, damn, who's the 4th? I got a couple people. The problem is that I don't feel like one deserves to be in that spot more than the other.
I'm gonna keep this a book.
Okay.
And I gotta say this, and I know it's gonna hate. They're gonna say it's biased, but I gotta tell you why.
This your Mount Rushmore.
Crook count up.
Boom. Okay.
Let me show you why, bro. Man, it's my bro.
Yeah.
Free crook count up.
He'll
tell you this the same if he ever had this conversation with you. Anything on Meadowbrook that way had Exit 29 on it.
Yeah, for
Name
sure.
Off Trapping. You had little kids that had shirts, t-shirts, going to school. Man, I used to ride up Lancaster sometime. I had a business a studio on Lancaster for about a year straight. And I used to see little kids getting out the bus on Lancaster with Crook count up hoodies, Crook count up shirts.
Name off trap in that
Crook
house.
count up cuppers. Now Crook way down on the other end of Lancaster. You know what I'm saying? You dig me?
Yeah.
And it's like that. And then you can go around the East Chase. And you see little niggas getting off on the bus with that niggas with their lighters with Crook count ups and shit, like cups. I ain't bullshit.
Yeah.
This our real deal shit.
Nah, for sure.
That's the
Bro, there's pictures of Yayo with name off trapping shirts on. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, bro, that spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I used to tell them all the time, like, you bigger than you think you is.
Nah, for real, bro. I feel like Crook Count Up, what I liked about his music, bro, is he got like just some people you can listen to their shit and tell like this is for real, bro. This is
they telling
like,
the story. He telling the truth.
Yeah, bro.
You know
like one thing about hip hop and rap period is toxic, but then it's dope at the same time. But it's like Gucci Man music became so much harder after we found out that he actually killed somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not saying Crook Count Up killed anybody. I'm just saying that
knowing the fact that what he talking about is
just knowing that it's real and that it's you know what I'm saying, that it's authentic, bro.
Yeah.
So definitely free Crook Count Up. So that's your foe. Tell me about Six Deuce before we get out of here.
Six Deuce a legend.
Okay.
Six Deuce was with Genocide.
Okay.
Hold on. Genocide, one good side. Kill me, don't get me wrong, man. I'm getting old.
Yeah, no, it's cool, bro.
But that era, Six Deuce, man, I ran into Six Deuce into my PaperChase days of rapping. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my boy C-Con. C-Con, that's my bro. And my label,
shout out C-Con.
And my
cool,
label
bro.
mate too, like from PaperChase. He hard, like no cap. Like people don't know, like hard. And he ran me into a lot of people like Mike Dollars. Or rest in peace to Mike Dollars. Mike Dollars, I gotta shoot you his music, bro.
Right, okay.
He was one of them, shout out to Blue Chip, K-Man, that was his uncle. But Six Deuce was, if he had the shot just like Twist the Black level.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, he was on that level.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how they was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Six Deuce was, man, go. I'm gonna have to shoot you some of his.
For sure, bro.
Yeah.
Shoot me some of that. So, real quick before we get out of here, bro, where can we find you if we interested to hear what you got coming out next? I know right before I got over here, you said, man, I'm in here messing with this music, so that must mean we got some more stuff. And just before you answer that, I'm telling y'all right now, and I'm gonna drop the links to those in this video, but The Truth and Weakness, you know what I'm saying? If it's two songs like that, you say, listen to this song by him, The Truth and Weakness is the two that I pick for you.
That's
you know
dope.
what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Like,
they both mean a lot to me too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Yeah.
So I gave some real, and that's, you know, it's some facts.
Yeah.
I mean,
facts. Now that you say that, the song is called Facts, not The Truth.
Yeah, facts. Okay,
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Facts.
Okay, yeah. I thought you was talking about God did, you know, because that's also, I got that label as Truth too. Facts. That's so. Yeah, that's one of my
niggas talking down like we ain't speaking all facts.
Yeah, that was
really.
like one of the street.
Yeah.
Man, I still do music, man. I do music now from a different angle. I love music.
Right.
So I release, and I'm about to release probably about 10 to 12 songs at one time.
Okay.
I've been working on music silently instead of actually trying to put out a lot. I did Drippin' McCarter. That song did numbers.
Yeah, you so did.
I did Come Get Next to Me. That video did numbers. I got another video. I got a few videos on a straight in. It's a few on a Bawse flow. But where I'm at now in music now is dropping it, like I said, the proper way, business-wise.
Right.
Like I said, even me talking about myself, you know what I'm saying, just being real with business as far as first. I didn't have a business like I got it now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now I got the business right. So once I got my business right, I can drop properly. I had music that I was up under a label with. And when I decided to part ways, like a little management crew, they took all my music that I had off of Apple iTunes. You know what I'm saying? So I had music that was on there.
Yeah, I remember.
No more, yeah. So all that music I removed, you know. Niggas getting their feelings, you know how they go.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'm finna come back the right way.
Right,
to where
right.
I got full control. You know what I'm saying? At that time I was moving off of friendship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. Not knowing business.
Right.
Now,
now you know how to handle it.
Yeah, now I know how to handle that business.
Bro, it was a pleasure to have you on here.
Man,
like hopefully, man, we could come back and do it again.